So, how to build a healthy relationship with ourselves by using the breath. I'm gonna take an example of a very stressful situation or a very stressful thought that any of us can have and that can really change our mood. I want to also remember to all of us that not all stress is bad. Right now I actually feel that little tiny stress while making this video. It's going to go into social media, it's going to be seen by other people, but this kind of stress that I'm perceiving and experiencing now is kind of helpful because it's making me more focus on what I have to say, choose my words wisely, and deliver the best performance I'm able to deliver. And of course, I'm not talking about this kind of stress. I'm talking about the one that has exceed the boundary of or healthy or the boundaries of useful, and it's actually going to the other side and now even has the potential to become harmful and lead to depression or anxiety. So in order to give you some practical tools, we're going to talk about interoception. It's a relatively new word. It's one of the a new capacity which has been found by the brain, which is able to read the information coming from our stomach, from our heart, and from our breathing. Although the first two are very important, stomach and heart, I'm just gonna concentrate on the breathing. So again, we are under a stressful situation, or we just perceived a thought that has the potential to stress us out way too much. Usually when that happens, the communication that we're going to see is first coming from the brain to the breathing. If this thought is highly negative and strong, emotionally charged, it possibly gonna gonna affect our breath. We either gonna start hyperventilating, breathing too much, or hypoventilating, breathing too little. In both cases, in both scenarios, we are not breathing normal, and basically that thought managed to even change our way of breathing. Now we are either anxious or way too depressed, and the breathing has been affected in the other opposite. So what to do to communicate back to our brain that we are conscious about this problem that we have, this situation, this issue that we have to resolve, but we'd rather solve it from a, let's say, more resourceful emotional state of being. So yes, the most practical things that we can do when we feel stressed is to recover our emotional balance as fast as possible. How are we gonna do that? So we had that thought, the thoughts shoot and became an emotional charge. It's too much, it's stressful, it's annoying, and we have found ourselves now either hyperventilating or hypoventilating. As soon we are conscious of what just happened to us, the first things we're gonna do, as always, is to welcome the feeling, says, okay, I know I have to solve this, but I'd rather do from a better emotional state. So at that point, when you welcome the thought and took responsibility for the things that you have to, for the issue that you have to solve, and now it's time to be conscious about how your respiration is being jeopardized and bring it back to normal. It's as simple as that. Notice if you are hyperventilating or hypoventilating, and just bring back the respiration to your natural breathing. Once you do that, you are now communicating back to your brain that I know what's happening, but I rather solve this situation from a better emotional state. So this is the emotional new state that I want to create in order to solve my issue. And that is when you consciously put attention on your breathing. You take a minute or even more to find back your emotional balance, and at that point, possibly you're gonna have much more resources, much more energy to deal with whatever it is that you have to deal with. I think that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. Share it, comment it, like it if that was of any was helpful for you. Have a good day.